Hi viewers, thank you for staying tuned to our Emerald feature. Today we're going to talk about 360 pieces of a diamond. Who is the author of this book? Well, we have 70-year-old Ramdai Janet John Dorie. We all call her Auntie Janet. She was born at Plantation, Lusitania, that's on the east coast of Demerara. She was educated in the United Kingdom. She was a teacher, and she is a television journalist as well. So let's welcome Auntie Janet before we go any further. Auntie Janet, welcome to our feature. How are you doing today?
I am great, thank you.
All right, so tell our viewers a little bit about 360 pieces of a diamond. Now, I know that this is not your first book you've wrote.
Yeah.
You've wrote one before.
Yeah.
What's the name of that?
That one is The Break of Dawn.
The Break of Dawn.
Yes.
All right. So how did you came up with 360 pieces of a diamond?
Well, Samantha, very good question. When you hear about the number 360, what comes to the mind? A circle, isn't it? Mm-hmm. And that comprises of 360 degrees when it is a complete circle. And this book guarantees that when you read it and you imbibe what is in it, it will take you right around in your life, but in a positive way.
Mm-hmm. I didn't actually get to read out the entire book. I just, turned through a few pages, and I must say it's quite interesting. And also, part of it, you have the cane cutter. And I was told that your father was a cane cutter, so I'm guessing this story is all about him?
Yes, it is. My father was a cane cutter since I was born. And I saw how he worked hard, all in the scorched sun. And he used to tell us that his father and mother, who came from India, they didn't have a chance to go to school. So they didn't know to read and write. So he had to put food on the table for 6 of us, plus my mother, 3 brothers and 3 sisters. So I asked him one day, why you had to work so hard? He said, he has to get money to buy food to put on the table. So one day he took us, me and my brother, to the cane field to let us see how he's working. And it really ached my mind to see how he worked hard.
Okay. All right. So I see that you have some interesting contents here, or some of the contents are like the bus ride, the bird man, my everything. You also have STD. Are these some of real stories like the cane cutter?
Most of them are real stories. When I used to travel around the world doing godly service, I used to always have a pen and a paper, and I always used to make little jot-ins of what I observe in people's life, their way of life, their culture, and I put it into writing.
Mm-hmm. Now, I know just now when you mentioned that when you devoted yourself to God, serve God.
Yeah.
Our viewers, we didn't mention that Auntie Janet was at the ashram from 1986
Yeah.
to 2021.
Yeah.
She served God. She's still serving God.
Yes.
Auntie Janet, why did you devote yourself to God?
From a little girl going to the mandir, I was born next to a mandir where the pujari was from India. And every time I used to go to this mandir, I used to always find peace, and I always used to feel good, and that pulled me towards the place of worship, or places of worship. Like one year, the High Commissioner of India, Dr. Joshi, I used to do a program called Great Personalities of India, where I used to bring in people like Nehru and Mahatma Gandhi, and we used to chit chat. And he said that I did a great piece of job in that area, and so he sponsored me to go to India to do like a little documentary. I went to 23 places of worship, and that really inveigled me to go deeper into it.
All right. Tell us a little bit more about the book, and then we're going to come back to you actually. A little bit more about your personal life so persons can understand who Auntie Janet is all about. But tell us a little bit more about this book. What else can persons expect from this book? Why is this book so different from all the other books?
Very good question. This book consists of 4 sections. The first section um, gives you 365 daily reminders where when you practice it, you can able to enrich yourself, elevate yourself.
It's like a mantra.
Well,
Something like that.
something like that. But if you try to go into this line of life, you can able to grasp what is the importance of moral values. And if you go according to it, you can able to share, and God will be pleased with that kind of service you're doing on His behalf. And they say, if you please God, you please the whole world. So their blessings will fall on you. The second part of the book deals with teachings, teachings to the effect of how people can go about their daily life in a very peaceful way, and at the same time do good unto others, as they say, uh, um, do good unto others and good will come back to you. And in Hindi, they have a Hindi sentence. Let me see if I could remember. Nija krita karama bhoga sadabrata. It means good or bad. It is going to be recorded in God's book. So on the day of judgment, you will really have some good fruits onto your account.
And Auntie Janet, anyone I'm assuming can buy this book. When I say anyone, I meant that this book is not about religion.
No.
Anyone from different religion can purchase this book. Anyone from a different race can buy this book.
Yes, Samantha.
Whatever belief you have, you can.
Yes.
This book it's about life. I'm
Yes,
guessing.
yes, Samantha, very much about life. It deals with philosophical, realistic way of life. Anybody could read it. Like, for example, I close off with something in effect of the Quran. All scriptures plead to man to be thankful. The Gita, the Bible, and the Quran. In the Quran, it is said, I will grant you increase and goodness. And if you are ungrateful, even what you have, punishment may take you. So we have to do good. And also, one of the pieces I would like to share with your viewers, Samantha, is the piece I wrote here, Give to the Poor, offer help to the seniors, care for the children, throw water to the plants, visit the sick, encourage others to believe in God, share pearls of wisdom, aim high, beat the hurdles, avoid loud and ignorant people, love the self and others, be at ease through silence. Let your activities be royal. Speak sweetly and sensibly. Live an honest and humble life. Surrender to the supreme being God. You could call him Allah, you could call him Ram, you could call him Jesus. It's the same God, but it's only different limbs or branches. Win his heart, my friends, and become a living, flawless diamond.
Wow, really beautiful. And I like that part about gift to the poor. Also, I would say gift to the animal as well. Share food with the animal, because sometimes we throw away so many food, and not just people who can't afford, but also you have the animals out on the street, and they don't have anyone to give them food. Some of the animals have to go through people garbage bins and so, just to find whatever little they have. So why throw away food when you can give it to someone?
That's right, that's right. And this book, anybody could read and understand. It is in a layman's language. And like I have a little piece here, anyone who struggled with poverty knows how extremely expensive it is to be poor. Eh?
True. All right, so Auntie Janet, where can persons get this book? To our viewers who is looking at our feature and would want to have a copy of this book, how can they do so?
You can go to the Giftland Mall. You can go to the Amazonia Mall at the stationery place, their car stationery place. You can go to Nisha's Flowerland. You can go to Regal Computer and Supply and Stationery Supplies. You can go to Natasha's Gift Center and a few other places. You can even call me, 697-3530. Again, 697-3530, Janet.
Okay, so you mentioned all these places that you mentioned just now are more likely in Georgetown.
Yeah.
But for persons out of Georgetown, like let's say Essequibo, Linden, maybe Barbies, they can make contact with your number,
Yes.
make contact with you on your telephone number, and then you can see how
Make
you guys
arrangements.
can get the
Arrange.
book, right?
Yeah.
All right, Auntie Janet, I must ask before we go, you devote yourself to God for all these years, and I'm guessing that you've never married because of that, so you don't have children. Maybe it may not be the correct word I'm using, but do you ever get lonely? Or do you have any regrets?
I don't have regrets as long as you are very close to God. You have Him as your beloved, you have Him as your secret companion, you have Him as a friend, you have Him as your mother and father. To me who Mata Pita, to me who, oh God, you are my mother and father. And some people might say, oh, are you lonely? No, when you are alone, you become very much in tune with nature. When you are alone, you can do very deep thinking. And this is how I came about to write this book. When I'm alone, I really, really get insights from God's touchings.
All right, Auntie Janet, before we go, after 360 pieces of a diamond, what else can our viewers look forward to? What's the next book? You know, the name of the next book that is coming. I'm sure that it's going to be something. Is it something romantic? Is it something crime? What is it?
No, well, what I'm planning to do, viewers, I'm planning to write a book this time in Creolese language so that those who like to read Creolese, I am providing for you in my next book. The first thing I started writing is Mama Gyal. This is real.
Mama Gal.
Mama Gyal. I have started it, so another time when we have a little feature like this, I can read you that poem.
Mama Gal. So, my mom, I'm Mama Gal?
Yes, there was a lady in our village called Mama Gyal. She was very hot. She likes to go about dressing up, and she would like to interfere with other people's concern. I mean their husband.
Okay then. I'm sure that one is going to be very, very interesting. And how soon can our viewers look forward to that
It
book?
will take about 2 years, 2.5 years.
For you to finish everything and get it
Yes.
into printing and all of that.
Yes.
All right, Auntie Janet, thank you so much for having this chit chat with us. And you know, viewers, Auntie Janet did mention where you can get a copy of this book for those persons who are, you know, out of Georgetown. Auntie Janet mentioned her telephone number. It's at the bottom of our interview as well. You can make contact with Auntie Janet and pick up this book, which is called 360 Pieces of a Diamond. It is a book that will tell you so much. You can learn so much from this book. Auntie Janet, congratulations on this book, and
Thank you
keep up
very
the
much.
good work you're doing.
Thank you very much. And lastly, I would like to add to it. It says to find strength, courage, and wisdom, please read this book. Yes, 360 Pieces of Diamond. Samantha, I must thank you very much for having me on your program here. And I know a lot of people look at your program and a lot of people support your program. And I wish you well at every step of your venture in this aspect of your life. Thank you very much.
Most welcome, Auntie Janet,
God
and
bless
thank
you.
you so much as well. Get your copy today.